We've explored this idea of replayability in Neverwinter Nights. How, no spoilers, it is a linear story. Now, there are side quests that you can explore. There are optional aspects of the story to gain more information about the primary story. And there's a couple of different options at certain key points how you want to complete the story. But generally speaking, it's from chapter 1, 2, 3, and it follows. So the replayability here, of course, now comes into playing the quest or the various quests 2 or 3 times, seeing what they're like, right? Seeing the different quest options, trying out different builds, leading into characters, playing a character, the different character classes, taking the prestige classes, just doing kind of crazy stuff like let's build a close combat fighter-based sorcerer, or let's build a stealth monk, right? Exploring all that. And then there are kind of challenges. And this leads into today's Neverwinter Nights vlog. We see this like a hardcore run where if you get killed, then you reload. Or we look at certain things, if you get killed, respawning all the time for the XP penalty. Make death mean something. Or solo, no henchmen, no summons. Leading into this, we were talking about some ideas, the craziest runs. What about a non-combat run, a pacifist run? We're not going to fight or attack anything. Now, unlike other games where there's a possibility to do this, Neverwinter Nights is a combat engine. I mean, it's combat Dungeons and Dragons, 3.5, 3.x. You have to defeat things in 2 ways. First, to advance the storyline, but also literally to level up. I mean, if there was a way to stealth past everything and resolve everything just through brute force charisma, except for maybe like an end boss battle or something, you're never going to level up. You're just going to get absolutely stomped. So a pure type of non-combat run is not possible. But there are some interesting options with it in terms of henchmen's and summons and buffs. So playing a type of character that, of course, would favor this. Right away, you're looking at, say, wizard, given the diversity of spells. You can summon stuff. You can buff stuff. You can not use offensive spells, but you can use defensive spells, shields and concealments and things like that. Essentially just commanding your henchmen, commanding your followers, right? Sending out summons. Now, you can't have multiple summons, but you can just send out one, buff them up. Essentially having them do all the fighting for you as you kind of sit back and look heroic. Secondary to that would be a sorcerer, but ideally a bard would work fantastic. Possibly maybe even a rogue with use magic device, although that could be a little bit gold intensive. If you have an ability to summon and you have the ability to buff even through bard song, and you can throw some heals, even if it's just like tossing healing pots, and you can put buffs on your various summons, you could, in theory, do a non-combat run. Hey, I'm not touching anybody. I'm just like, walking through the various districts and walking through the various quests, issuing orders. It's everybody else doing everything for me. From that perspective, I could see making it through. But unlike, say, Skyrim or other types of games where you could possibly do that or explore it, Neverwinter Nights is set up differently, and the D&D system putting you as an adventurer assumes you're going to go out and adventure and you're going to fight monsters and adversaries, and you're going to gain experience from that perspective. But in pushing this out in terms of replayability, there are many, many modules out there, many, many quests, not just kind of the pack-in standard stuff. But even within that, what I found is there are certain quests that I just love the storyline. I love the immersion. I love the narrative of it. Exploring those in so many different ways, exploring those and being open to the possibility of replayability and exploring it in those different ways.